Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How the hell are you guys doing? We are going to be starting in just a second with Hex Allen talking Nephilim Squadron. But I wanted to get started, and I wanted to say hi because, hey, I appreciate you guys. I see people in the chat. They must be regarded. Hex Allen, you should have the link by now. Let's say hello first to Past Master Dan, who was here first. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, you see me soon. You see me now. Get used to it. Shadowhawk, great to see you. Great to see Past Master Dan, as we both noticed. Oh, Joseph Ippolito. I remember back in the day when I didn't have your address and I was panicking over it. Panicking. But then we did resolve that eventually, and that was fantastic. Trevor's back. Good to see you. Yes, I keep ringing. That's me outside. Keep your door locked. Trevor Nielsen. Again with Trevor Nielsen. Okay. Eric Notowski. Quite the artist. Quite the artist. I cannot remember the name of your campaign off the top of my head. I apologize. Too many damned campaigns. Did you have a damn fine one? Adam Post says, please like, share, and subscribe. I borrowed that from the Comic Artist Pro Secrets channel. Ethan publishes that in his videos, and it's good that he does. That is what everybody should do on all channels. Subscribe. Violet, always great to see you. Hex Allen is with us now, just in the waiting room. I'm going to bring him in just 1 second. Jay Lee, great to see you. It's a different Jay Lee, not the Jay Lee that is the other Jay Lee. Simon Simpotier, good to see you. How are you doing, man? I like saying your name, Simon. Eric, great to see you again. I haven't seen you since your messages last night, and they were very funny. Leg Kick, great to see you. So your messages last night, too. Eric is back again, saying hello to Jay Lee. And with us tonight is a fine independent comics creator, Hex Allen. How are you, Hex?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound
all right.
Fantastic.
Hey, how you doing, Adam? Thanks for having me on.
Really good. Thanks for connecting. Have you heard about the Muppets getting in trouble with Disney?
We can get in trouble with what?
Disney. They're mad at the Muppets.
Because of all the older episodes, they put the disclaimer up there now.
Yeah, they have to have a disclaimer. They have to have a disclaimer to be warned about the Muppets. I don't know if we have to have a disclaimer to talk about Nephilim Squadron. They seem pretty safe. Are there things that need to be disclaimed?
Well, there maybe, but they're not being shown.
Okay.
There's of course the ultra violence and the nudity and all that.
A little bit of the old ultra violence.
That's right, for the old horror show ultra violence for the Gulliver.
Yeah, I've seen you around for a while, Hex, and you're always like, I was just telling somebody else about you earlier. I was on the phone.
I'm not John Harvey, by the way.
I talk on the phone sometimes. I have one of these things. And I was saying, I really haven't looked at this guy's campaign that much, but he's a nice guy. I see him around. He's really supportive. I know you supported me. I know I've seen your name as a backer. I think it was on the Mermaids. I do make a comic book about mermaids. I'm like, Hex Allen. So absolutely. Glad to see you on. And this book is already funded.
Mm-hmm.
So this book is done. And you are, it's a black and white book. So tell me, what is Nephilim Squadron about?
Well, it's, I can tell you right now, it's a science fiction or science fantasy. Actually, I want to make that distinction. It's a bizarre sort of science fantasy inspired by Heavy Metal magazine and various manga from the 80s and anime from the 80s.
Can I ask you? I may interrupt for 1 second because you're my manga resource. You're my manga expert on the panel. I like this art, by the way. It's very interesting, dynamic stuff in here and cool line work.
Thank you.
Are mangas supposed to read right to left, or left to right?
Oh, left, right to left.
And that is that opposite? Because apparently I get confused easily.
Yeah, that's opposite from what we read. We read left to right, but
because we used to have like a Hebrew Bible, and again, sort of a Nephilim reference, and like that would be sort of backwards,
right?
Like, why do you guys do it this way? Like, well, it's what they do. It's their way.
Different.
Yeah, just to be different. They're like, hey, let's start this whole religion and we'll just be
Mm.
different. Why not?
Yeah, make it
So
real exclusive.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to get
yeah.
in.
So yeah, it's
Uh,
just backwards.
but,
So
but yeah, this is not manga, but this is inspired by manga that that I've read in the past. And,
okay.
yeah, but it's a regular sized 32-page black and white comic.
Hmm.
It's chapter one of a much larger saga. Uh, yeah, later on this year, probably this summer. I'm thinking this summer I'm gonna be launching volume one of Nephilim Squadron, which will be 3 chapters in full color. But for now, this is kind of
So Nephilim is like the Jews that fell out of the sky, or the God's chosen people. I'm Jewish, so I'm not trying to say anything bad against Jews, but I know, like, I'm supposed to know what the Nephilim are. I might be
yeah,
descended by them.
fallen angels, right? The sons of uh, the angels and man.
Okay.
But in this story, the just the Nephilim part is only metaphorical, and that it describes how the main characters start off at a certain height, and then of popularity, and then fall into from disfavor into and to people not liking them, and then the journey back up to back up to their heights. And if you look at the logo, it's supposed to be I designed it to be an angel falling, it's just got the wings and the
Okay.
and the feet, sticking up, and the head is at the bottom with the halo, and the wings are going up. But if you look at it a different ways, there's sort of a gestalt sort of effect, and that it also looks like a phoenix rising if you look at it a different way. Oh, is that logo on there? I don't know. Oh, I
Maybe
didn't
a
put it on
different
this.
logo. Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the blue
It's
logo with the word Nephilim and then Squadron under it.
Hmm.
So this is basically like the Fallen Squadron.
Yeah.
I like the word
basically.
Nephilim better than Fallen. So are they super powered, or are they just like great fighters
No.
or soldier dudes? Oh,
Yeah.
Eric wanted to know if there's any AAT in here, which I think stands for ass titty.
Oh, there definitely is. That's for sure.
Okay, so there's TNA. We got TNA.
Yeah.
And I think I saw something like that in there.
Right. That's a print I'm adding in there because all you pervs love that.
We do. We do like Prince, and we like perving on the chicky babies. We're good at sex, and we have a lot of money, as the expression goes. So, all right.
Well, my nickname is Adolf Badsex, so I don't know if that's going to work.
Oh, people know you that way. People are like, where's Adolf? There he is. He's right there. All right. So the squad, what is their deal now? Are they super powered? Are they soldiers, or what's their deal with that?
No, they are pilots in the 28th century. Well, let me give you the quick pitch here.
Yeah, please. Sorry about that.
Nephilim Squadron is a science fantasy war epic that focuses on the personal journey of a clone pilot's desire for a soul. The story takes place on a planet colonized by humans in the 28th century. And over generations, these colonists have established a civilization, but have also been fighting a war against the native alien being. Well, the humans are the aliens. They've been fighting a war against the native beings on the planet. The thing is, there was never supposed to be any intelligent, sentient life on this planet in order for humans to colonize it in the first place. So that's kind of strange there. And then you have a third party enter the Seoul Interstellar Forces, which is a Star Trek Federation-like organization. And they're sent into this to this planet. They're not on the planet. They're in the atmosphere. They hang out in their mothership and they oversee what's going on. And they also help the humans fight the war against these savage aliens. And they're also sent there to find out how and why this human civilization has awakened this strange and rapidly evolving species. Now that's just the overall plot
Synopsis, like
synopsis
little bit. Sure.
of the beginning. Yeah.
All right. Now,
So
how long?
you have.
Is this something you've been working on for a long time? Like, has it been a passion project for a long time?
Oh yeah, very long time. I've been working on it for on and off for 30 years. Not 30 years straight, but I do some work on it.
It's funny how fast 30 years goes, though.
Yeah, I know.
I can remember some stuff from 30 years ago. It's like it goes quick.
Yeah.
People think no, it goes really, really quick. Aracuffles. I hope you're paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
Hope
Get
you're
it
paying
done
attention
now.
to that. Yeah, get it done now. Get her done now.
Yeah. So and this concept's been taken various forms over the years. But I finally settled on Nephilim Squadron about 15 years ago.
Wow.
This is like the second and a half version of it. I've done like 2 different versions of it in the past, and it just wasn't to my standards. So there were times when I just said, I'm not good enough yet. To realize it yet, and there are other times where I'm like, well, I want to publish this, but I don't know how, and I definitely don't want to. I've always wanted to do this story and to be an artist, but I never wanted to work for the big 2.
Sure.
Because I've always heard the stories of how creator-owned properties are treated, and so I've always wanted to self-publish.
If you want to do it, you have to do it yourself. And now there's a lot of opportunity with crowdfunding, so it is a great time to be doing this.
Oh yeah.
And the last time it was as good a time potentially would have been 35 years ago when I was first doing it in black and white comics boom. Yeah, this would have done good in the 80s too. It was from
84 or 85. That's when I got into comics, and that was at the height of the what we called the black and white funny animal boom.
Yeah, the black and white boom. I was in there.
I
published. That's when I published G.I. Jackrabbits back in the day in the black and white boom. That would have been another time to do it, but now it's just as good. It's actually better because that boom did not last. It only lasted a couple of years, and that was the end of it. But crowdfunding, look, as long as you're making stuff that people like and you keep your promises, then they're happy. So this is already funded.
Mm-hmm.
It's black and white. It's 32 pages. You have a huge story. So these characters are going to continue from issue to issue, from book to book.
Well, I have planned 4 volumes. See, when I first conceived of this, it was at a time when Marvel had the Maxi series, the 12-issue limited series,
sure. Camelot 3000.
Secret Wars,
Secret Wars,
Crisis on Infinite Earths, and I love just that the fact that there's a beginning, a middle, and end, and it's 12 issues. So I worked this out to be a 12 chapter story. It's going to be 4 volumes, I guess 4 different campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to end. I'm not going to be working on this for forever. I really like to, collaborate with other people in CG and,
cool.
Get this thing out of my head and out of my head for good,
Yeah, just get it going. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like this was the first project to do.
And then free up some bandwidth.
Yeah, you can do anything else after this. Mm-hmm. So you, for your stretch goals, summoned 9 kings of crowdfunding, which is that's a good way to say it.
Yes.
And the first is certainly one of my favorite kings, Simon Simportier. And what did he do?
He's I have to add these things to my page.
Okay. He did one trading card, or
he did a trading card. It's in the updates section, I believe.
Okay, cool. Got a Simon card. We'll check it out. And then passion for drawing, who everybody loves.
Mm-hmm.
I like what he did. He did a great job on Doom Fate and Grave Robbers, and he's a hell of a nice guy. And I'm told that I'm almost as charming as him on YouTube. And someone said that to me. I'm like, oh, thank you. It's very nice. I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Russ Leach.
Yes.
He's a good artist.
Yeah, I've been really busy. I've got their art. I gotta put it on the page now, and
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
show
good
it
for
off.
a campaign update too. It's a nice campaign update. Let people know, and then remind them that it's still in demand and they can continue to back it. The lovely Preston Acevedo, who's a really good artist. A lot of people are working with him on stuff. So that's going to be at 1,800. So we're not quite there yet.
Oh yeah, I think one featured tier contribution would put us over the edge too.
All right. Hopefully we can get there so we can see Preston's work. And then after that, you have Jason Bascom from Unhinged Entertainment. I didn't know his name was Jason, I think, but I know I see Unhinged Entertainment all the time.
Oh yeah.
And Jay Krager, creator of Hammer, post Ragnarok Tale. So we got to get a little more work done on the totals to get into those extra stretch goals so far.
Yeah, that would be nice if I could get those unlocked for you guys.
Okay.
You see that those cards they're doing are actually for a different IP that is attached to this campaign. I'm also doing a mobile game called Shield Net Sword, and it's a completely different IP from Nephilim Squadron. And I'm creating trading cards, bookmarks, and prints of the characters for that game, and adding them onto this campaign because this is not the full Nephilim Squadron campaign. This whole thing is sort of a combo thing, and my sort of canary in the coal mine into crowdfunding to see what sticks.
Yeah. Okay.
And, I've learned a lot. I've learned it's probably not a good idea to do a cross IP campaign because it kind of confuses people.
You just try different things, and it's true. People want to see what's the idea behind this story? What's the idea behind this project? They want to hear it from you, and that's the whole purpose, and it works. All right, so let's talk some tier time. No crying, just tears. So the total right now, what are we trying to get you to? We're trying to get you to 1,800 at least, if we can. So we'll see. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Happens. And, whatever happens. We're willing to kind of see what's what.
Yeah, I'm here for the long haul.
What's in the combo pack?
Okay, you got Nephilim Squadron, the 32-page black and white sci-fi epic comic. Then also included are 9 prints, 9 beautifully painted prints that I digitally painted in Photoshop of characters from Shield Net Sword, and also 6 trading cards and 9 bookmarks.
Cool.
And all the stretch goal trading cards.
That's a lot of bookmarks.
Yeah. I know. I went crazy.
Yeah, I haven't done any bookmarks yet, but a lot of people are doing bookmarks. A lot of people are doing trading cards. I haven't done any trading cards yet. But yeah, 9 is a lot. So there's bookmarks of each of the characters and stuff?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's a lot of stuff for $40. Combo pack. That's why people have been pretty much getting the combo pack.
Yeah.
All right. And then what were we going to say, my friend?
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say there's also a digital version there. And that's going to be in color. I'm going to go ahead and make that the digital version of Chapter 1 in color. But the physical printed version will be in black and white, for the sake of cost. And and I'm just a one man. Yeah.
Well, have you checked in detail the cost of printing in black and white versus color?
Yeah. I've gone to a source.
If you go to mixam.com and check their cost, I guess it's a little cheaper maybe for black and white digital printing than it is for color digital printing. Is it much cheaper? Is it like?
Well, I don't remember. I have to go back and check, but I also wanted to make the book black and white because it's to make it like a special collector's edition.
Okay, I gotcha. It's sort of an aesthetic choice.
Very rare, and you won't be. I won't be offering this in the next campaign.
I gotcha. And
it's manga inspired, so it's black and white.
Does this have Does the combo pack have the digital version as well, or no?
No.
It does not. Okay. But you might surprise people. You might be
You say
convinced.
that.
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Let me see.
So you have 6 cards. Those are trading cards and 2 bookmarks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not all 9 bookmarks.
No.
I'm getting crazy about that. Right. You have the comic and pinup with no frills.
Yeah. In case you're
only
interested in
$8.
just if you're interested in only the comic, then you can just get that. And
You get just the comic and with a pinup. Now the pinup is like a print, right?
yes.
I know your boy Zach had some tiers where he referred to like comic with pinup, and I was like, "What? What do you mean exactly?" It's kind of funny with him because he's really successful. He has a great following, but sometimes I don't completely understand what he's offering. But he does well with it. All right, so that's the comic and the pinup. So only $8 for the comic, which is cheap, and you get a print. 6 cards, 3 bookmarks, and 1 print. No comic.
Yeah, I kind of did these tiers for the people who signed up for the mailing list.
Okay.
So I made the offer like if you sign up for the mailing list and you get any invite, go for any tier, then I'll throw the comic in there with it. So that's pretty much for them.
So does this have the comic with it? 6.
Well, if you're on the mailing list and you contributed that way, then you get the comic.
I gotcha.
So it's cheaper for you.
6 cards, 6 bookmarks, 2 prints, 18 big ones. Still not 9 bookmarks. Oh, that's coming up at the end. I'm going to get there next. 6 cards. All right. That's what I want to see. 6 cards, 9 bookmarks, 4 prints, $30. Basically, they should just get the feature tier if they want to get everything, right?
Yeah, and it would probably be better because the shipping is all. I made the shipping all the same for the US.
So if they back the combo pack at the feature tier for $40, nobody's going to get hurt. That's the answer.
Yep.
So like it or not, that's what you probably want to back. And then you have some original concept sketches.
Yeah.
Is this one sketch for $500?
No, there are 9.
Okay. Oh, 9 sketches. Okay.
10 was it 10 by 14? Did I write 10? I think it's 11 by 14 actually, but it's Okay,
that's all right. Like 11 by 14 Bristol Bay. Okay. So these are
9 sketches.
9 concept sketches. Well, it's great to get your first comic out. It is a really good feeling. You're definitely able to do this now. You're fully funded. You're in demand, and you're finishing the comic now. I think you have you updated it to a May ship date.
Yeah.
So you're hoping to print in April?
It might be going to print in May.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Sorry. I'm having a technical. Oh, crap.
Computer drama?
Yeah.
Zach will be Zach is absolutely right. Hey, Corey Barton. How you doing? Good to see you, my man.
All right.
Mike Millar discovered that cross-IP campaigns seem to confuse buyers. Yeah, you know what it is you're looking at a campaign, and it's like, all right, well, what is this project? So you really have to be able to ask, what is the project, have people see it, and then be like, yeah, okay, I get it. I understand what you're trying to do here. And I think the cross-IP stuff does make it complicated. A good example is just
it's a learning process.
Yeah, you're not doing anything wrong with it. Just you look at whoever's the most successful, and then just kind of emulate what works. Can't go too wrong with that. That was your technical difficulty. This time it wasn't me kicking somebody out or me kicking myself out. This was, I don't know. He had a technical difficulty. Let's see if he can jump right back in. If not, we kind of know what the story is with Nephilim Squadron. It looks like a cool, passionate project. He's put a lot into it. He's put a lot of thought into it. It would be great to see him get to 1,800 if anybody else wants to support it, if you haven't already. Hex is back. There's your technical difficulty. Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Are you?
Eric is going to blame me. It's a boomer issue. Boomer.
I just have too
Boomerosity.
many things open, and
Hey,
I'm
Dan.
clicking away.
All right, yeah, I do that. Sometimes I kick myself out every now and then. No big deal. I was just kind of wrapping it up and suggesting that if anybody hadn't already backed it, to take a look at the combo pack, because there is a lot of stuff in the combo pack.
Yeah, it's I call it the best long-term value in crowdfunding, and it's not just that it's a lot of stuff, but I'm determined to make this a quality product, because I don't know, man. I hope my artwork is okay because
Yeah, well, you get feedback from people. You can tell people like it. People like different things. Your artwork's fine.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Well,
Just keep working at it. Like the thing is, you make your book, you get feedback. You know who's great? Simon Sim Poitier gave me a lot of early feedback on stuff I was working on. You know people. You're working with people. You see what they say. You're doing fine. I wouldn't get too caught up with, oh, I want to redo this page, I want to redo that page. Just put in a great effort and put a lot of positive energy into it. People know that. They can see that you're doing your absolute best work, and you're always going to get better and better and better and better. I mean, I'm sure if you look at like Frega's first work, I mean, you see that with Ethan Van Sciver's first work with Cyberfrog. He had his first work, and then he did more and more and more and more. And then as time went on, now he's really able to. He's like the envy of a lot of people in terms of all the dynamic work he's doing and the detail he's putting in, and how careful he is the coloring and the printing and every aspect of the process. But it takes a little time. But yeah, you should be happy. I mean, this is a good first campaign. If you can ship it in May as planned, that would be great. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of happy people putting copies on Twitter with pictures of their book. That's a really, really energizing feeling. And then you'll be ready to go into your next your next issue. So it'll be cool.
Yeah. Oh, and most of my advice that I've taken was from Sim, by the way.
Oh yeah, he's great. Yeah. So we'll blame it on Sim.
Do you mind if I share some artwork?
Let's see.
I still have some pages I need to clean up. Before I was gonna put these pages on the campaign page, but I think they need to be cleaned up some more. But I can show them to you, or maybe to get some people excited, about this campaign.
Whatever you show, especially if it's like a work in progress, if you're going to show something, just make it sure it's something that reflects well on you.
Uh-oh.
Well, meaning like sometimes people show flats when they're showing like from a work in progress. They're like, well, here's my flat colors. It's not the final colors, but it's the flats. But the mind never sees it as flats. The mind just sees it, and they're like, well, that looks like it's not that rendered. It's like, yeah, I told you it's flats. But even though it's exciting to get flats from a production standpoint, when you're presenting your project, that's what people remember. So if you have like rough sketches, they're like, yeah, but it's not really finished. It's not a good idea to show it, to be honest. That's my two cents of, you want to show your best presentation.
Well, never mind.
I like, to be honest with you, if you've noticed, I've kind of featured this piece. I really like this piece of art a lot. This is very.
Are you sure you don't want to see? You don't want to see?
Break it out if you want to share. You know how to share a page.
I mean, yeah, maybe I can't be the judge of whether this is my best work or not. But I can't say that it's there's no lettering yet. There's no sound effects yet.
You don't need lettering. All right, yeah, let's share it. Let's see what it looks like. I knew I shouldn't have shared it. I'm so glad I shared it. I mean, either way, yeah, you can't win. All right. Oh, that's cool. Looks dynamic.
Okay. All right. This is another page. You see, the thing is, when I inked these a while ago, I did so with the intention that they would be colored, and so I left a lot of open subjects. So I'm not really into heavy rendering. I'm more into like line, weight, and motion, making things look alive. So
cool. Dynamic.
Yeah, but when I see these and I'm telling people I'm going to print this in black and white, I I'm still not satisfied. So what I did is I see all these other people in CG using that clip studio.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just talking
I'm a
about that with
Photoshop
somebody.
guy. I've been using Photoshop for like 26 years. And
See this? They like it, by the way. Keith's saying it's a solid layout. Thanks, Keith, for that comment. And Pestmaster Dan is saying good panel work. He knows what he's talking about. Eric is an artist. I've seen some of his work.
Right on.
And he's
Thank
saying,
you, fellas.
And he's saying just to keep in mind that I'm right as an artist. He's discovered that a lot of non-artists and even some artists don't understand the concept of work in progress. It's true because you show something and they're trying to understand. Like even when you're showing this, any art, it could be the finished best art in the world. It still has to be interpreted. So for people to understand what you're showing, whatever it is, they have to accept it as final. They have on some conscious level.
Yeah.
Jay Lee likes it.
But that's so I got the clip art studio, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some shading to make things pop out more to the for the subjects to pop out more with some shading and background shading, things like that. But when I was in graphic design major in college, we didn't have Photoshop, and we had to do everything by hand, and it wasn't until I was like my last year of college that they brought in Photoshop, and then I'm like, oh crap. So I learned Photoshop on the job. I think my first gig with Photoshop was I was a paid intern at Motown Machine Works. Are you familiar with John Hervey, the guy who does Magna, The Last Pantheon?
I know Michael Davis, who was doing stuff with.
I used to work for Michael Davis. Yeah.
Okay, were you in Bad Boy Studios?
No.
Okay, that was his thing.
I was a colorist.
Okay, cool.
And here's a 6 degrees of hexalin. What the guy who taught me Photoshop coloring. So I was professionally trained in Photoshop coloring, comic book coloring, 26 years ago by a guy who about this time last year got into a little tiff with Ethan Van Sciver on Twitter over pencils down.
Oh, okay.
So, and this was about the time when I was just getting active on social media with Comicsgate. I've been watching for a long time in the shadows, lurking, or whatever you want to call it. I hate that term. But I didn't start, I'm around like March or April. That was like pencils down time. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build my platform. I'm going to get in on this. And, and then the next thing you know, I see Ethan Van Sciver going at it with this guy.
That's funny.
Who trained me how to Photoshop color 26 years ago. And, I haven't heard from him since then, when I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's funny because like when you're into comics, it is a small world anyway. When you're into comics, it's an even smaller world. So everybody kind of knows somebody. Like Ethan was saying when he found out that I published and created Chromium Man at Triumphant Comics also 26 years ago in like 94. He's like, I used to have that on my drawing table when I was drawing Cyberfrog. It was like part of the style was Adam Polina drew it in our studio. And that was like part of the style. He was just, so we've all, because we love comics, we are all kind of interacting in the same community, even if we don't know that we're directly affecting each other. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim's right. Please do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And link the share, as he says, which I don't know what that means, but let's do it. Link the F out of that share.
Yeah.
Disney reference. Okay. Oh, that page is great. Thank you, Eric.
Oh.
Yeah, this is good work.
Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, there's some more stuff here. Yeah, I gotta add. I'm still working on designing the sound effects, and I still got a lot of lettering to do.
Cool. Well, you should be encouraged. It's good work. You get these guys will tell I'm not just seeing friendly compliments. These guys are encouraging you because they're saying like, no, this is good work. And for some reason you need to be told that. So whatever reason it is, don't second guess yourself. You do your best effort. You get those pages out there. Yes, we're saying hi to SDA. SDA is good people, and he likes the Transformers. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I mean, your hard work is worth something.
Oops.
Keep working on it.
I kept missing the chat. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, constantly working on it. And
cool. Looking good. Yeah, these are dynamic.
I'm trying, So once I get these shaded, I'll put these up on the page, and hopefully I'll get some more traction. And I took a break for about 3 weeks from social media and YouTube, and but I got to get myself out there more.
Well, you know what? You need a schedule of all sorts of things. So you need a schedule for what your expectations are for completing this work, and then also a schedule for some of the social media for promotion. And hit Simon up. And Simon knows people too to refer you to be on other shows. And you got to rely on the community for everything, because there's more than just backers here. There are other people that can give you feedback, encouragement, network connections, and things like that. And your work is good. So that people want to, especially in Comicsgate, people want to help each other succeed. And they also, there's this real attitude of, if you can succeed, then they feel they can succeed. And if you succeed and they don't get around to doing it for another 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, that's okay too. It's at least, we really like to see people hit their goals and accomplish what they're trying to accomplish. And of course, deliver what they promise is great too. So this is good. Yeah, I see why you want to do this in black and white. Like, get the black and white one out. Let them also get the color one if they want to get the digital. And it's looking pretty cool, man.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Looking pretty cool.
Yeah. It's going to be a great year, I think.
Just grind it, man.
I got a lot of.
And then you get to your next thing.
I planned things out. I have 3 different whiteboards that are filled. But I have made plans. I just have to get back on the streaming schedules, and I have also ideas for like short YouTube videos. It's just a matter of freaking splitting myself into 5 different people.
Yeah, no, you just got to get scheduled. You probably spend more time worrying about it than it would take to do it, to be honest.
My God. Wait, are you a fly in the wall in here?
Nah, I just know how you're talking. We all do that stuff.
You want me pacing around and talking to myself? Is that what
Yeah, you seem crazy. Critical Blast. Good to see you, Critical Blast.
Hey, Critical Blast.
Critical Blast, I have to apologize to you. I will do it openly and publicly and with a little bit of flair. I don't know why I had you blocked, but I unblocked you on Twitter just the other day. So I apologize, Critical Blast. Yeah, well, you know what it was? I was going through a hard time with my 6-panel gigantic margin grid drama for a while, and Critical Blast may have been giving me a hard time. So I just blocked anybody who was giving me a hard time for a while. Which is the wrong thing to do. It's just better to communicate about it. I was just so shocked because it College of the Dead was originally a web comic strip, so that's why it looks like it's a web comic strip. No, you didn't deserve it. So but some people were surprised that the margins were so big on the pages. So it was very funny. But it's just sort of it's part of we all just learn to trust the community and collaborate with each other and respect each other and have some fun. That doesn't mean that we have to absolutely trust everyone that we interact with. It just means who you kind of get a groove going with, and you stay tight with those people. You have some fun. You just try to treat people the way you want to be treated. And if people get weird, instead of blocking on Twitter, just you can mute them for a while, and then you can always chalk it out and work it out later. It's good to see you go, Critical Blast. And I'm glad I had a chance to tell you that personally. Rick Saylor, great to see you. It's great to see Rick Saylor. He's good people.
Yes.
And Keith Wilson. art is a grind, but getting better is always worth it.
Oh yeah.
I know, guys. I will tell you because I'm talking to like artists. You guys you have heart for producing art. I used to draw but I stopped when I was like probably 10 years old, and it was 10 years old stuff. That's the level that it was at, and I liked it. I cared about doing it, but I don't think there was, and it was also, of course, because of comics. Comics, you want to create what you see.
Oh,
and I loved Hulk. I loved Fantastic Four. I really liked Spider-Man. I always felt connected to Spider-Man, but I never really loved Spider-Man. But I wasn't encouraged. I'm not gonna complain. I was encouraged to finish school and not do drugs, and I didn't do drugs. I did finish school. I did drop out of college though, but because I really wasn't encouraged to stay in it. But I wasn't encouraged to continue with my art. But the truth is, it wasn't. I don't know. There was other things I guess I was into.
10.
I was 10. I don't know, but still, wasn't right for me.
You need someone to push you over that edge, because
you know what?
When I was and I guess for me, drawing, it all started even before comics. It started with Star Wars, and I was in second grade, and during recess, a buddy of mine, we would not go out to recess, but we would instead just draw the Hoth battle scenes to see who outdo each other and see who could draw the Hoth battle scenes better than each other. And we do that. I guess it seemed like every day when you're like in second grade. It maybe a few months feel like a year, but it felt like we were doing that every single day. And then I just kept doing it until I got better and better. And then that's when I got into the other cartoons and the comics. Got into comics when I was 13 or 14.
See, people were here. I'll show you. You can tell me what you think, Hex. If I can figure out how to
girthy margins.
I can probably do this. Yeah. Oh, there I am. There I was. Here I am. These are all right. Harry Huffles. Speaking of margins, I mean, the margins are big, but it's a comic. It was done as a web strip. That was how it was done originally. So yeah, that was my margin drama.
Yeah,
that was my margin drama.
I got a little into that.
those were the fun days. But I guess for me, I was on a live stream with Frege and Dan Frege, of course, and Frege was encouraging me. He's like, if you want to draw, man, just let me know. It's all just shapes. Shapes makes it sound easy. It seems like it's a little more than shapes.
Yeah, whenever I get uninspired, and I'm like, there's a subject that I haven't drawn before, and I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be a bitch. And I in the back of my mind, I have this mantra that just says, it's just dots and lines, dots and lines. Don't be intimidated by dots and lines. And that's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. And as far as doing stuff, it's just a to-do list. That's how I look at getting through tasks. Is you just make a to-do list. You go down the to-do list and you just do this stuff. You don't let the list own you. You're supposed to own the list. So just you'll get there, but you just can't do everything at once. The trick is to get into a routine. Do your routine. You scheduled this night with me, I think 3 weeks ago, and that was great. So we had that planned out. We scheduled it. We got it done. Bing, bang, boom. Nephilim Squadron. Let's back it. Let's smash 1,800 on it and get to the next amazing stretch goal. Since we're talking about big, juicy margins, let's talk a little bit about my current project, the Mermaids, which is also in demand. Last night was a great night. We smashed $11,000, which is actually really great. I'm really happy that we did that. We're finishing the book now, but we took on actually this issue with the panels. And Chris Renkowitz, the Renkabot himself, Chris Renkowitz, he's got a project coming soon called The Agent. He and I used to work together in my comic book company many years ago, back in 1992. He was in the studio and he was one of the artists. And he and I had been talking, and he's like, look, we could really do some layouts with these 6-panel pages. So like they're not going to be 6-panel pages anymore. The design is and layout is changing. I'm anxious to show people what it looks like, but I want to get a few more pages done first. So this is going to be dynamic. But without Comicsgate, even though I already knew Chris, without Comicsgate, there's just some attitude about wanting to help each other and just collaborating together. And, we all succeed. When one of us succeeds, we all succeed. So it's going to be a really dynamic book. But
yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for supporting it. And it is in demand. It's scheduled now to ship in April. I was going to ship it earlier, but we were like, you know what? We're going to kind of dress this up a little bit and make it even a cooler book. And Chris is just amazing. He's really helping out. Chris, if you're listening, thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to support Chris a lot too. Chris is a great guy. He's got a lot of experience with animation too, and trailers and toys and all sorts of cool stuff. I also am doing this making of book, which is a 100-page book that's got the full script and the original layouts before Chris and I changed them. And so it's got the full script, and it's got 20 more pages of these designs by Jerry Gertrudia with this beautiful Art Deco Mucha-esque style. And that's how we really built out the world for the Mermaids, was Jerry doing these fantastic designs.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really fun. This is kind of like my book that's similar to your project, which is just like, I started working on it. I've worked on it for a few years, did not get it finished and released yet. And I was like, I got to get this book out. I have other projects I want to do, other characters I want to do. But this book has to come first. It's got to get done. It's got to ship on time. It's got to look fantastic. So that's what we're making sure is happening. So everybody check out epicmermaids.com, and you can get any of these awesome Mermaids comics. And you can even get College of the Dead. College of the Dead is on there as well.
And this is the polar opposite of what's going on now in Comicsgate, which is werewolves. What's the polar opposite of werewolves? Mermaids.
Mermaids. Well, I was talking with Nerium about...
speaking of which.
Yeah. Werewolf crossovers. Is she doing some art for you too?
She's one of my question marks. Yeah, I have to take her off the question mark list. She's going to be doing the next trading card for me. So yeah. What were you saying about her?
We were on a stream. I think we were on Shane's channel, and we were talking about werewolf and mermaid crossover, and Ethan was singing a song about it. Ethan is he's really funny. Eric says they were doing a movie. He has to look that up. I don't know what movie they're talking about, but it sounds pretty freaking amazing. Rick Saylor, thank you for posting links. Eric, thank you for being you and posting links. Rick Saylor, it's good that you're you as well. SDA, it's good to see you. I think SDA used to be someone else. I don't know, but it's good to see you. Jim O'Reilly is another great artist. There's a lot of great artists in here. I want to do a project with Jim O'Reilly, but one step at a time. I don't know if you've seen his work. It's very, very good.
I might have. I'm pretty sure I have, yeah.
He did something for The Embrace that's coming out from the guy who did Elysium Fields, Dave.
Michael Odin, yeah.
Michael, not Dave. Dave is Perfect 10. All right. I was like, fucking, I'll take a shot to see if I remember the guy's name. Like, nah, I didn't. I screwed up.
Oh, I know all these guys.
Great guys. Great guys.
Yeah. Michael's a freaking workhorse. He's a
good man, too.
He's all over the place.
I haven't read Elysium Fields, but I know Inch High Comic Guy really loved the story. He was going berserk for it. He's like, he loved that. So it must be great. Must be good.
I love that kind of stuff.
Past Master Dan, great to see you. Appreciate you guys coming out. Keith, good to see you. I hope you're subscribed, Keith. I don't know if I've seen your name too many times, so I hope to see you subscribe. See you in future chats. Jay Lee, always great to see you. Simon Simportier, Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's great people. Shadowhawk is a great guy, too. There's just so many great guys. It's just great to see you guys coming out. Joseph Polito is a great guy. It's great to have you guys in the chat. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to us and kind of get in the groove with us. See, everybody thinks about the same sorts of things. Now Jim is blowing me off. Thanks, Adam. Maybe after I finish with Mojo Rising Origins. What is that? Is it a book? If you're doing that, let me know more about it, Jim. I want to talk about your project. Yeah, it's going to be good. Mojo Rising Origins, if Jim is doing it, it's going to be good. He's very dynamic. He knows his stuff.
Awesome.
It's good people. All right.
Yeah, thanks, Chet. Good to hear from you, Chet.
We love you, Chad. We appreciate you. Thanks for supporting this book. Also, if you can share it on social media, it is a help. If you can share it on Twitter, just get a couple of extra shares around. It does sometimes that causes sales. People see a book, they're like, hey, cool, I'll back it. So we appreciate that. We appreciate all the support, hearing us out. And I want to encourage everybody who, is really passionate about their art and their work. Definitely do it. Go for it. Especially if you have a day job and you're not risking your whole family's life over it, there's no reason to not do it. Just go for it, promote it, be passionate about it, and support the people that you see that are doing a good job and that are passionate about their work and helping other people out too.
Yeah.
Don't you agree, Hex Allen?
Absolutely. And another reason that I pulled the trigger on myself to do this is when I was watching other people's campaigns and their stories, I would see a whole bunch of elements in their stories that are in mine, and it's stuff like the Lucent, freaking Xenotype, even like Outlaw Knights, and
remember Outlaw Knights? Did that get funded? Outlaw Knights?
Yeah. It's
thank God.
Hasn't shipped yet, but and even what is it, the Chrono Mechanics? I would see elements of stuff that are in my story, and I'm like, I got to do this now before someone actually does my story.
Exactly. Which is why I am doing Jewish Guy Squadron.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing Jewish Guy Squadron, but I might think about it. But I think I'm going to have that comic rabbi guy on one of these nights. We just have to schedule it. He's a really cool guy. He can definitely out Jewish me, but we can have a fun show, I think. And he's got a project out now, and I definitely want to get a chance to talk about it. He's good people.
He's got some Meshuggah project out there.
I don't think it's Meshuggah. Meshuggah is crazy,
Hey, well, crazy could be crazy. Well, I guess
I think it has a negative connotation.
Oh, it does.
I know that wasn't your intention.
No. Well.
You know what? That is a question I will ask him that question because I know
my Meshuggah campaign. Then.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. No, you seem like a mensch to me. A mensch. It's a good person. Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap it for the night. We will see you guys again soon. Thanks again for all the support and for all the contributions in the chat, guys. We really appreciate your feedback and sharing the links. We will see you again soon. And if I don't see you, I will miss you. Have a great night, guys. Oh, go out and check. Jim O'Reilly says, go out and check Nephilim Squadron and back it if you can, or else. I like that or else part, Jim.
And go and get the digital version. You've got no excuse.
No, don't get the $40 version.